Hello, students around the world. This is Tutor Shaddad Domini speaking. So let us move on to this question. If Z1 and Z2 are the square roots of a complex number Z, and we don't know who's Z in the first place, and the argument of the theta, he meant here the theta of Z1. Who's Z1? Z1 here is one of the square roots of the complex number Z. The argument of Z1 is 30. So the argument of Z equal what? So here we have some rules. If we have Z, okay, 1, which is the first square roots of the complex number Z, and we want to find Z, okay, just what? Just square one of the square roots equals Z. And if we have the second square root, if we square it, the result will be what? The result will be Z. Do you understand? So, for example, before solving our question, if Z1 equals 2 and 30, or let us put it here, 50. So, this is the first square root of the Z. So I want to find the Z. Who's Z? Who's Z in the first place? It's easy. Just square this. Really, teacher? Yeah. So Z1 to the power 2 equals 2 and 50 to the power 2. We all know the power here must be the power of the length and multiplied by the argument. So 2 to the power 2 must be 4, and 2 multiplied by 50 equals 100. So this is what? This is Z, right? So let us solve our problem here. He told us Z1 equals 30. Exactly the argument of Z1. So Z1, I don't know who's the R, or the length of Z1, so write it R, because we don't have it here as a given. We just have the argument is what? Is 30, okay? Now, he wants us to find Z, specifically the argument of Z. So if we want to find the Z, I told you what? We should do what? We should square Z1. Who is Z1? Don't forget it. Z1 is the one of the square roots of the complex number of Z. Okay, so R squared, not like that, 30 to the power 2, and this equals, the power here must be the power of the length, and the power here must multiplied by the argument, which is 30, okay? So this equals R to the power 2 still out of solve without changing, and 2 multiplied 30 equals 60. This is what? This is Z. Okay, teacher, thank you. But here he wants us, or he wanted us, to find the argument, just the argument of Z, not all of the Z. Okay, son, don't worry. If we find all Z, we found the argument. So the argument here is 60. So the argument of Z is 60. So this is the right or the correct option. Do you understand? I hope you do. Let us move on to the next question. He told us here Z2, if Z2 equals 3i multiplied by Z1, and, this is and, Z1 equals 2 and negative 30. This is the argument and this is the length. Then Z1 multiplies Z2 equals an easy question. So, first of all, he told us Z2 equals 3i multiplied by Z1. Okay. This is equation number 1. And he told us Z1 teacher equals 2 and negative 30. Okay. I noticed something here. This is Z1, okay? And this is Z1. So, it's okay to put the value of this here. Yeah, obviously, it's okay. So, here, Z2. So, sorry. Let us edit this. So, Z2 equals 3i multiplied by Z1. Who's Z1? This is Z1. So 2 and negative 30. Z2 equals. This is in polar form, but this is in algebra form. And let me tell you something. They must be the same. In algebra form, all of them, or in polar form, all of them. So the easiest way to turn this to polar form. So this is pure imaginary number, just imaginary number. So when we want to change it, the argument here, the theta must be 90 because it's positive, and here must be 3. Okay, the number here without I, without negative, multiplied by 2 and negative 30. Close the bracket here. Now, Z2 equals. This is multiplication in polar form. What should we do? We have to multiply the length, just the length. So 3 multiplied by 2, 6. And add the argument. This is theta and this is theta. Add them. So 90 negative 30 equals 60. So this is what? This is Z2. Did he want us to find the value of Z2 or something else? Let us see. Then Z1 multiplies Z2. He wants us to find Z1 multiplies Z2. So Z1 multiplied by Z2 equals. Who's Z1? This is Z1 from the question as a given. 2 and negative 30. 2 and what's wrong today? I'm so sorry. Z1 I told you 2 and negative 30, okay? Multiplied by Z2. Who's Z2? This is Z2. 6 and 60. Now, this is multiplication in polar form. What should we do? We have to multiply the length. This is the length. This is the length. 2 multiply 6, 12. And add the argument. Negative 30 and positive 60 equals positive 30. So this is Z1 multiplied by Z2. Where is it? 12 and positive 30. The option number 1, the correct answer. This. I hope you do understand. The last question. If Z1 equals not just Z1, I'm sorry. The length of Z equals 3. As a given, equals 3. And then Z1 multiplies Z2 equals. We have something to tell you here or to remind you. I know it's all in your mind, but I'm going to remind you. So Z, the length of Z, square equals Z multiplied by the conjugate of Z. So this is a rule, okay? Keep it in your mind. This is Z multiplied by the conjugate of Z. This is Z multiplied by the conjugate of Z. But this is Z, the length of Z squared. But I have this, the length of Z just without square. So if we want to find it, just to square this. So Z squared equals 9. And we know that the length of Z squared equals Z multiplied by the conjugate of Z. And this equals what? Equals 9. So the correct answer is 3. This is the correct answer. I hope you do understand. Thank you for watching, guys. See you later.